Hello, and thank you for joining me, beautiful Cancer, for your February Zodiac Wheel reading. Antennas up, Cancerians. Now I'm just going to focus here for you, Cancer. You to Great Spirit, angels and guides, for your loving messages for Cancer, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Thank you. We'll start there with that. Three of Pentacles here. Now, with this 3 vibration, there's strong creative talents to advance you. And you've been off to a really good start. You're honouring your chosen craft. You've buckled down, tackled things one step at a time, and made necessary adjustments and stayed positive. Now this can bring you a lucky break, a big turning point here this month. Wow. That's good news, isn't it? Now, this is about a clandestine situation, but it's also a message of rejecting something that's being proposed to you, a proposal that's been put forward to you in the area of self-worth. It's a finance house, so there will be financial resources involved with this, and it's your support system. So there's something that you're rejecting here. And there will be those of you that this is signifying some sort of clandestine affair, something that's secret and not being revealed yet. Whether you're holding the secret or someone else has got the secret. If it's somebody else, it will be connected with somebody in your family, because this is the family dynamic area. But this is the end of a quarrel or difficult situation being shown here, and out of the stalemate you'll be finding more mental clarity, and also a sign of receiving the information that you need, or the answers that you need, especially with it being in the communication area. Okay, so any sort of stagnation or hold-ups, you will be overcoming them. And with this being reversed, the Fool is a message that you're not ready to really take that giant leap forward yet. To do with property, house, land, family, or parent, or parents. This is a message to you of your drive and determination, and not putting up with any nonsense. And again, overcoming. There's something here through February that you will overcome. The obstacles will be behind you. And it is in the area of your life to do with children, matters of the heart, good fortune, games, entertainment, and any sort of speculation of any kind. And it's also about the love that you give. So you're close to winning, but you're not putting up with any nonsense. Air sign man, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and he is speaking to you of planning and analysing and churning things over. Now this could be a media person or military, fast talker, rather impatient, but with him comes a whirlwind of change. Okay, and it's here in the area of your work, food, hygiene, co-workers, working conditions, karmic debt, public health, your well-being, and the service industry, pets and volunteers. So there's some kind of real whirlwind changes taking place there, and dealing with a real fast talker. And he is thinking about you, this man, because this is right next to him, and yeah, it means he's thinking of contacting you, or there's some sort of communication got to take place. Could be a confidential letter, or it could be a message on a something to do with being more relaxed about the situation, to do with that area of work and work colleagues. And this is in the area of any sort of business partnerships, contracts, legal dealings, legal affairs, or scandals. So there's something confidential. Confidential letter, confidential information, that kind of thing. And there is a strong legal energy there with that Swords energy, the King of Swords and the Page of Swords. Five of Cups is a message of return of a loved one. So if you've been wanting to catch up with somebody, this is saying that you will be able to join forces with them again. And it's also about allowing new people into your life and not isolating, meeting people halfway, forgiving someone. And it's a period of 1 to 2 weeks indicated with this. In the next two, no, it could even be 3. I'm feeling could even stretch out to 3 weeks. So after about the 17th of February, there's some sort of meeting somebody halfway and not having to have such tough isolation situation going on as well. So that might be good news for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, especially to all my lovely viewers up there in the United Kingdom. Now this is in connection with other people, joint resources, beginnings and endings. There's some sort of renewal This is one of the financial houses. It does influence inheritances, corporations, taxes, insurance, bank loans, banks, that kind of thing. So I do feel that you may even be in a situation where you meet someone new and allow them into your life that can actually help in those areas. Queen of Swords. Well, she's very direct. So there's some sort of person, Aquarian, Gemini or Libran, that you feel is either being aloof or even possibly stubborn. It's also a message of a need. You may be needing to release something from the past, so you know, reach out and get some counsel on that. Go to a counsellor or get in contact with a counsellor if you need to talk it through. But there's definitely letting go of something that's really been bothering you, connected with the past and connected to manipulative motives. Okay? For others that are looking for a new relationship, this is a sign that you're feeling ready to open yourself up to a new relationship, but you're still at just the curious stage of looking into it, not necessarily going headlong into a new relationship. And this is all being influencing the area of higher education, college, uni, high school. It is also influencing religious beliefs, foreign affairs, foreign cultures and lands, dreams, visions, philosophy, and the expansion of yourself through spiritual, mental and physical exploration. Okay. Lovely. In your career, you're in two minds, and you're got duality going on there with the twos, two pairs, two opposites. It's a master number, and it is connected to a really creative spark. Everything's sort of fresh and new, and you feel that you're finally at a time when you can let your hair down a little bit, and it's a good sign of growth of opportunity, all in your career area, the zenith of the wheel, which governs promotions, again governs parents, and it also is about your professional place in the world, and it's how you deal with the outside world and what's happening even in the outside world. So that's a good sign there for those of you that are looking for that passion and wanting to solidify your plans. So I do like that very much. And this is occurring quickly, days to weeks. So think things through carefully to do with that dealing with the outside world and your career, social status, profession, or your parents. Very nice. This is generosity with the Six of Pentacles, and it's a wish being fulfilled here in the area of your hopes and wishes. Very nice for you. And it's where you will be receiving that feeling of love and being loved with your hopes of friendship and friendship groups and your long-term objectives and how you're manifesting. This is one of the futuristic areas. So you will be receiving the give and take of life, a lot of generosity being given here. Lovely. And then you have the end of a difficult situation with the Ten of Swords. So if you have been enduring pain or that feeling of hitting rock bottom, you're overcoming those things here. February is really shining a light on being able to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, overcoming even a chronic fatigue. And in the area of the 12th house. So this is about illnesses, the 12th house. And it's also about the institutions like hospitals, prisons, and it's also the area which governs our self-renewal. So you may have been dealing with this behind the scenes and keeping it, you know, sort of to yourself, but with this Ten of Swords reversed, you're overcoming that. It's showing me, or you're accepting whatever it is. You're accepting it, and you're overcoming it, and you're moving on. So that's a very nice sign there for you, Cancer. Now I'll just ask for the angel answer to do with that area of your health. And you've got 2. So, firstly, meditation is going to bring you some answers, which is very much part of 12th house subconscious energy. So practice your meditations, you can get your answers through that. And your other message from the angels is be assertive in this area when you're overcoming your painful experience, or be assertive with yourself coming out of that rock bottom. Like, you know, when you hit bottom, the only way you can go is up. There's no further than the bottom that you can go. So you are on your way up. You are rising above this, which is wonderful for you. And the universe is having the first move this month, so I'm sure you will be receiving something that really boosts you along, that just comes out of nowhere, really. So you can look forward to that, Cancer. Now just ask for your guardian angel, who you can ask for to come and help you and give you signs and guidance through February. What is the message that your guardian angel has for you? Oh, there we go. We'll take that one. Ah, yes. Lovely. The Angel of Imagination, number 17. Really using your imagination like you were a child. The number 17. Well, after the 17th of February, it's that you've been working on behind the scenes. Now, your message here with this angel of imagination is your imagination is a glimpse of what you can and will bring into your life. So anything that you can imagine is possible for you, Cancer. Your affirmation is, I am inspired by my angel of imagination to use my imagination to bring my thoughts into reality. Because what we think is what we get. Thoughts become things. Okay, so now I will just show you where the planetary placements are for you, Cancer, here through February. First off, we have the full moon in your 3rd house, and the full moon is in Virgo at 8.57 degrees, for any of you that have any planets at that degrees. And the Virgo energy is about perfection and service to others, your hygiene, pets, well-being, perfection, and it will be highlighting tidying anything up, getting that health check, getting organised in this area of brothers and sisters, close relations, neighbourhoods, and it really will get your mental activity going. And this 3rd house area governs your short journeys and communications, the trades, education, and your speech. Okay? So pay attention to detail. Virgo energy is very much about being able to get down to the nitty-gritty of things. Even keep a checklist so that you can check things off as you go. Then you have in the 7th house, Pluto, the restorer of life here in this 7th house area of business partnerships, group partnerships, dealing with the public, the balance and harmony area, legal affairs, contracts, scandals, international relations, all governed here by the 7th house area. So there's some life being restored into that area for you. Okay? Now, Pluto energy, it rises like the phoenix. What it touches, it dissolves, rejuvenates, and reorganises. So there's definitely some reorganisation going on here with business or partnerships of all kinds, and contracts and legal affairs. Okay? And as it showed before, you're going to get confidential news about that. Something that's just between you and that person. Then in the 8th house, you have the new moon in Aquarius. This is the area where the stellium will be taking place, the massive stellium in Aquarius. So it's a very exciting time of the year, February. It's when we really feel the biggest cosmic shifts probably ever in our lives. So the 11th of November, there must be something happening for you Cancerians in November, but it's the 11th of February because November came out of nowhere. So the 11th of February is the new moon in Aquarius at 23.17 degrees of Aquarius. So this is a burst of inspiration to reinvent yourself and set your intentions, your wishes with this Aquarius new moon. Now the Aquarian energy is governing groups, clubs, and there is a bit of a attention needing to be paid to that sort of thing. But it is a time to build new networks and cooperate on a humanitarian level. The Aquarius energy's motto is I know. So you might just find that you're just knowing something because for some reason you just know, you can feel it. And this Aquarian energy also shares and distributes knowledge, and it's scientific, and it's about understanding that we can reinvent the world, and with Aquarius, it's wanting to shine a brilliant light of knowledge and friendship out onto the world. And this area of the 8th house is about other people, other people's resources, and the stellium is being triggered and activated here with the moon energy, the sun energy, Venus, all triggering off and activating. Now, the 12th of February has the sun and moon conjunct. So this is about not being adaptable unless your best interests are being served. So you will be looking out for your best interests. Good time for that, and not letting anyone intrude. And it's also a good time from the 12th to take those small quiet moments to nourish your spiritual side, to help you manage the constant distractions and competitiveness of society, of dealing with others, so that you can rejuvenate your inner forces. It might be a good time to get a spiritual reading or something like that. Please contact me, feel free, if you're feeling that you would like to look into your own personal reading a little bit deeper. Is also another way of rejuvenating is privately you can use sound healing or meditation, that kind of thing. Now also here we have the Mercury conjuncting Sun, and this is around the 8th of February. So that's a time where people, including yourself, may be wanting to forcefully express their opinions and wanting the last word. So just keep in mind that after the 20th it may be a better time for you to express yourself, so wait until then. Let everybody have their last word before that if need be, and then you can address it after the 20th, once all these planets become visible again, because they're all being made what's called invisible behind the bright glare of the sun. So it's better for you with this Cancer from the 8th, if you can slow down and rest, it will be better for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind and try to do that. Now the Sun will be separating from Jupiter, and that will be around the 12th as well, because Jupiter is also here in Aquarius. So that's a time of activity and generally a good day, the 12th of February. So you can see that around the 12th there's a lot going on, but you should be able to cultivate more healthy lifestyles. Now the Sun also will be going into Pisces on the 18th of February, but until then it is here in the 8th house, dealing with other people and joint finances and life renewal, reincarnation, all of that kind of thing is governed here. Taxes, insurances, banks, corporations, and your finances. Maybe you're beginning a new financial regime or you're ending an old one. And of course there's also the Sun conjunct Saturn here as well, and the Jupiter Saturn connection, because Jupiter and Saturn will become visible at the end of the month. and that will be a more beneficial time. So try and hold off until then for whatever you need to deal with. Just work behind the scenes until then. Jupiter is the planet of prosperity, generosity and good fortune, and Saturn is the planet that is about caution and perseverance. Okay? So discipline and repression are still being felt, but this can bring justice as a result. Now Venus is also in this mix. As you can see, we have so many planets here in Aquarius in our stellium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets, and Venus will really be activating this stellium, and this is going to be really wonderful, I feel, because Venus is the planet of love and luxury and beauty and harmony, pleasure and happiness, wealth. So Venus goes into Aquarius at the very first 2 days of February, depending on where you are, and the 1st and 2nd of February, and it's invisible, like all the others, until after the 17th. So while it's invisible, you may be feeling a little bit of dissatisfaction with your love life, and you may sort of feel that you're needing to seek out some advice and wisdom from an older person, and you could be saying goodbye temporarily or permanently to somebody as well. But if you wait and don't make any big decisions until after the 17th, you'll be in a much better space to really make that decision. Now Venus is conjuncting Jupiter on the 9th through to the 13th, so this is a wonderfully good mood energy and making life work out very favourably. So it'll be a pretty good week there through the 9th to the 13th. There's no desire to argue. Your relationships are in good condition. There's possibility of finances and windfalls being signified here with this Venus Jupiter, because they're both planets of abundance and connected to good fortune. Now Venus will also then, from the 12th to the 14th, be in conjunction. So these 3 planets will be really bouncing off each other and affecting each other. So your good mood is really going to be infectious. So don't be surprised if lots of people want to be around you and contact with you, and you're able to, you know, see the funny side of things, look at the brighter side of life. For those of you that are in the Northern Hemisphere, especially those in the UK, this is a time here where you can really look at some of your favourite pastimes and try and enjoy being indoors, and by, you know, discovering poetry, learning music, learning how to paint. For those of you that have got a little bit more freedom, like we have down here in Australia, there might be a little local trip, beautiful scenery. There's also signs of expression of love and affection for others. So even if you can't physically express your love for others, this is still going to be able to be done just by your words. Maybe you will use poetry to do that, some of you. And it's also a really good time here between the 12th and 14th if you've got to win someone over, because you really will find the right words. Okay? So favourable time for commercial transactions and negotiations, just generally. All right? So keep those dates in mind. Jot those dates down. Now, Mercury is in retrograde too, between the 30th of January to the 21st of February. Now, it turns direct after the 21st of February, so things really will start to flow better after the 21st of February. And for those 3 weeks that it's retrograde, you may sort of be shaking your head a bit, wondering what on earth that person meant by what they said. There could be some hurt feelings for some people due to taking things the wrong way or misunderstandings. So it's better to use this time to reflect on all the insights you've gained since the solstice in December, since the 21st of December. There's a lot of things. Reflect on that time and use what insights you've gained to assist you through this next 3 weeks. Now, Mercury retrograde is also not a time for buying technology or modern gadgets. Okay, they might not work, or bad timing because they're not on sale, and that sort of thing. So wait until after the 21st if you need to get something like that. But it is a good time, however, with Mercury retrograde for revamping something or maybe getting something repaired. Okay? So until after the 20th, that is when your intuition is going to be better, and you don't be surprised if you really feel that power of the mind with telepathy, extrasensory perception. Okay, it's going to be really highlighted, especially with this activation, massive activation in your financial sector, how you use your finances in connection to others, banks, taxes, inheritances, all of that kind of thing. And this area too, the 8th house, it's a real psychic area. It's esoteric energy. Could have you really looking into the meaning of life, reincarnation, that kind of thing, birth and renewal. Now, then you have Neptune here in this 9th house area. Your 9th house is ruled by Pisces, and Neptune is in Pisces. So there's an extreme sensitivity to the injustices in the world, and in some way you're wanting to be more compassionate to the less fortunate. Okay? So now Neptune is also an energy that governs your imagination. Okay, so that may be where you can ask the angel of imagination for guidance or assistance, or you can ask the angel of imagination to go to the place that your focus is on to protect and guide those that may be overseas, because this is long distance travel, foreign cultures, this is foreign affairs, the law, religion, and the expansion of yourself through spiritual, mental and physical exploration. And just be aware of your dreams, jot them down, your visions, when you're holding focus on your meditations. Now, Mars and Taurus, Mars in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus. So this is triggering your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. And the moon is coming to conjunct all that from the 17th of February onwards as well, the moon in Taurus, which is also a good time to be planting between the 17th, 19th of February. The moon in Taurus is a semi-fertile earth sign, so you can plant broccoli, sprouts, spinach, parsley, coriander within 2 or 3 days of that. Okay, and this is going to be 3 planets. The moon also will be in Taurus here in your 11th house of hopes and wishes. So there is a windfall or great generosity being here. There will be enough. There's money coming. Okay? And it's sudden and it's a surprise. Maybe you have known about it, but you've certainly been using your ability to focus and visualize very, very well, because you're manifesting generosity coming your way, Cancer. Now, Mars in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus is they're masters of change, and it's wanting you to establish your own rules, or you're finding yourself wanting to establish your own rules. So even though it's part of your group and how you network, you're sort of, don't be surprised if you're rebelling against that, but don't be too impulsive, because that could cause a few problems. Okay, and just remember, not everybody is as eager as you, and keep yourself safeguarded and keep things safe, because the unexpected energy that these 2 planets can produce can, you know, it's earthquake energy, Uranus and Mars together. Not that I'm saying that where you are is going to be an earthquake, but it's just that's the sort of energy it is. It's very powerful, and the moon will be conjuncting both of them and within orb of them between the 17th and the 19th. Okay? Now, the other time that's good for planting fruiting annuals like beans, corn, tomatoes, squash, capsicum, zucchini, those sort of things, is between the 22nd to the 24th of February. Okay? And with the Pisces move from the 12th to the 15th, that's a good time for planting things to do with spinach, leafy things. Spinach, parsley, sprouts, that kind of thing. Just a little bit of your moon planting guide there. So things are really, really ramping up. We've got this great activation taking place here, and it is the universe having the first move with this stellium here through all of February. It's like the universe is holding council over us in February to sort of decide what's best for humanity. This area, Aquarius frequency, is all about that. What is the best for humanity? There's no company nor government that goes against the natural flow of the cosmic order. They won't come out of it well. Some will even meet with their downfall. Okay? So it's important for governments to be looking after their people, and those that aren't will suffer. The government themselves, that is. Man thinks it's more powerful than nature, but our power is with working within nature. So Cancer, I will now focus on the confirmation card, your message from the Akashic Records, for this overall spread for you for February. Thank you. Okay, the War of the Roses. So there has been some sort of need to really, battle through something here, Cancer. And it came out reversed. So there is a healing coming out of that. I'm sure you'll be glad to hear. Now, the War of the Roses is a message to you that something or some relationship, may not be a romantic one, but it may just be, it could be a friendship or it could be business. There's something broken. Something's not what it should be. And there's been some sort of disruption or conflict. And it's affected you on a deep level here, Cancer. So there could be great sorrow connected with this, but it's important to see the situation for what it really is. Though your emotions have kept you involved, you've been in love with or attached to an illusion. So it wasn't what you thought anyway. Probably what you were hoping for more than what you really needed. Be honest with yourself about the type of person who's represented here. This isn't Prince Charming you've lost, it's King Henry VIII. Hope that makes you feel better, Cancer. You don't want a King Henry VIII. The flag showing that your spirit directs your feelings finally flies high above the entire scene. Its status displayed the effect you've made. You're finally free from a struggle that has left you wounded. So clear the battlefield, your new life awaits you. Beautiful. Out of the ashes for you, Cancer. Rising, emerging as the butterfly. Thank you so much for joining me, Cancer. Thank you to all my new viewers. Please do subscribe on that button there. Click like, and welcome to this community. Become a part of the tribe. And thank you so much to all my subscribers for keeping this channel going. And I look forward again to reading for you. If you would like a more in-depth personal reading, please just check the details below. You can contact me through there and we can make an appointment. Everything is half price this month, so 50% off all of my readings for February. So I can be there to help you all get through February. So many blessings and love to you all. Namaste.